The National Human Rights Commission on Thursday held a press briefing on the state of human rights in the Gambia and the status of monitoring of the government's white paper on the TRRC recommendations. Since becoming operational in 2019, the Commission has been fulfilling its mandate to promote and protect human rights in the Gambia. Each year, the NHRC submits a comprehensive state of human rights report and an activity report detailing its intervention and engagement. As part of efforts to enhance public awareness and engage key stakeholders, the Commission organized the briefing to present highlights of the state of human rights in the Gambia, including key achievements, challenges, and the way forward. The session also provided an update on the monitoring of the government's white paper on TRRC. Speaking at the briefing, NHRC Chairperson Emmanuel Daniel Diouf emphasized the Commission's statutory obligation to submit the State of Human Rights report to the National Assembly. He highlighted that the report findings and recommendations, which aims to strengthen accountability, transparency, and the rule of law in the Gambia.
Well, quickly, the media. Your role is really very important. You are definitely an essential partner and ally in the human rights ecosystem. You are key. So therefore, a free, responsible, and vibrant media is important. It is key. Because what does it do? It helps expose violations and injustice. It gives voice to the voiceless. You promote transparency and accountability. And also you educate the public about their rights and duties. We therefore see today's event not just as a press briefing, but as a continuation of this partnership we have with the media in advancing the protection and promotion of human rights. That said, and I think everybody keeps on saying, you also have a duty, a responsibility to report fairly and accurately. You also get your credibility if you report fairly and accurately, and not to spread hate speech, misinformation, and disinformation.
He further outlined the Commission's mandate, which includes investigating human rights violations, advising the government on laws and policies affecting rights, educating the public, and monitoring compliances with international human rights obligations. Mr. Diouf reaffirmed the NHRC's commitment to collaborating with the media to uphold the principle of justice, accountability, and respect for human dignity. During the briefing, NHRC Senior Legal Advisor Basiru Ba highlighted a worrying rise in violent and deaths across the country, particularly those involving in private individuals. He noted that while there was no evidence of state-sanctioned killing, the Commission's finding revealed several cases of violent deaths allegedly committed by civilians.
So in this year's 2024's report, we looked at around 20 thematic areas ranging from the traditional civil and political rights all the way to economic, social, and cultural rights, but also environmental rights. And we picked up key highlights, especially some of the things that have happened which directly led to violations of fundamental human rights. And we will not be able to cover each and every scenario that we have in the report, but we'll just take you through some of the key highlights. When we looked at the security status of the state, unlawful killings, and the right to a life in the Gambia, we found out that for the particular year, there was no state-sanctioned killing as far as our research went on individuals in the Gambia. Therefore, we couldn't find any extrajudicial execution that was meted out by the state in that particular year. However, we found out that there was an unfortunate trend of a lot of killings perpetrated by private individuals against other members of the public. For example, in January 2024, there was a stabbing to death of a young lady at the Westfield Forex Bureau. It received a lot of media attention, and then unfortunately the lady passed away. And in April of the same year, a body was discovered around the beachside, around this Senegambia area, and then this woman or this person was also believed to have been killed. And in July 2024, 2 stabbing incidents were reported, which led to the death of 2 individuals. We are quoting these examples just to show and remind the state that the right to life goes beyond the prohibition of the state to kill individuals, but it expands to elements of the state obligation to protect life treatment in the Gambia. And 2 of these complaints were against police officers of the Gambia police force, who were involved in forceful arrest and assault of an individual on the 25th of July 2024. And then another one was an alleged battery from a PIU officer during a clash between the PIU and youths of Wellingara over a disputed land on the 16th of August 2024. Then the third one was an allegation of assault by an immigration officer on an individual who they had intercepted and asked for documentation whilst the guy was busy on his prayer bid. Unfortunately, the guy was assaulted, and then he reported the case before the National Human Rights Commission. Since these instances happened, positive steps were taken by both the NHRC and also the authorities which were involved, and it led to some disciplinary measures against the perpetrators.
Mr. Bass cited incidents such as the stabbing of a young woman at Westfield, the discovery of a body along the Senegambia beach, and 2 other fatal stabbing cases. He stressed that these cases underscore the state's obligation to protect its citizens and prevent such crimes. He urged the government to ensure that perpetrators are brought to justice and to adopt preventive measures, including strong law enforcement, improved security, and addressing social and economic factors contributing to violent crimes. By taking proactive steps, he said the government can help create a safer environment where citizens live free from fear and enjoy their fundamental rights. Questions were raised regarding the Commission's independence, given that it receives funding from the central government. In response, Chairman Juve clarified that government funding does not compromise the Commission's ability to carry out its mandate independently.
How, I think yours is to do with our independence, since we get money from the government. How do we? Yes, by nature of the way national human rights institutions are, they do receive funding, operational funding from the government throughout the country. But do we shy away because we receive funds? No, we don't shy away. And I'm sure if you've been following the way we do things, from our reports, from our engagement with government, I think we have been very, very, very independent in the way we do things. But just to mention, just because also you receive funds from the government kitty, you have the judiciary; they also receive funds, and yet they do their work independently. So yes, people have always said this. Well, you're getting money from the government. But the National Human Rights Commission has been doing their work very independently, openly and in closed doors. We speak truth to authority. I will tell you, whether it's issues relating to charges on journalists for things that they write, or the president suing them, we go straight to the authorities and we speak to them, telling them why we believe X, Y, and Z is not good for the country, for democracy, and that's why we are monitoring. Are they always happy with what we say or do? No. That's the nature of oversight institutions. All sides cannot be happy. And to borrow the cliche that we always use, we are not in the business of making ice cream. Sometimes we see civil society attacking us. Sometimes they say we are very slow. Sometimes the government is not happy. But we are maintaining our independence, and I am happy. The fact that's why I reported.
The event concluded with a question and answer session, followed by the distribution of copies of the NHRC's 2024 annual activity report to the participants. Reporting for Voice Out Digital, I am Yaya Sidi.